Hey guys, Dirtbag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. We're going to go over how to gear our champions. Now, it's going to be a pretty simple video on kind of step by step on what we're going to be looking for, how kind of the role that we're looking for, and what champions need which gear. So it is kind of for like a beginner slash middle raider who's going to be looking to get 100% crit rate. The speed boots, just standard gear, but how to actually gear your guy. So let's get right into it. I actually just pulled this guy, Errol, from my 2-time summoning event. It was a very, very sad event for myself. It was 165 7 shards. Go watch that video. I'll link it at the end. But let's start off. So I geared this guy with Relentless and crit damage. Alright, so simple. Relentless and crit damage. Now, how you want to start is you want to decide what you're going to use this guy for. Now, with Errol, he was kind of like a newer champ that I've never seen before. Supposedly, he's good at PvP. He hits really hard. He ignores defense, and all that stuff. So, looking at his skills, you're going to be like, alright, what can this guy do for me? Now, looking at this guy, here's just an example because he's level 1. So, he's got a skill right here that steals all buffs. So, accuracy could be used on him if you want to kind of steal like a skull crown buff or whatever. Then attacks the target, has a 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit. So this means that he has an extra 30% chance, meaning I only need around 70% chance to hit this skill. But with this guy, it's all of his skills have an extra 30% chance. So basically, I need 70% crit rate, which is awesome to get. Like, it's easier than 100%, obviously. But then I could focus more on crit damage. I don't think I need any of the books for this guy. He's legendary, which are ridiculous to get books for a casual raider. But his A2 is what he is supposedly known for. Attacks one enemy 3 times, so like a Roto's killer. Has an extra 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit. Each hit has a 50% chance of ignoring defense. So hopefully one or all 3 of his attacks are going to ignore all of the defense. It just says ignore defense, not a percentage of the defense, just all defense. So I probably am not going to use my Savage set for this because he's just going to ignore defense. And I want to one-shot people with this. And then A1 really just attacks one enemy, hopefully hits hard, right? Blazing Sword. His sword's not on fire. But, yeah, I thought this guy was actually a Bannerman, but it's actually Sacred Order. But he looks pretty cool. So, and then Aura attacks in dungeons by 35%. So really just, that's pretty good. Good Aura for attack people. So, looking at the skills, I want to go with attack, or crit damage, or Relentless, or any of those that are going to give me as much attack as possible with, crit damage. So, because he's easier to get crit rate. So first I start off with the gloves. Now, most of the time, newer raiders are going to have crit rate gloves to make your job a lot easier for the substats, because we're not all going to have 16 gear. I just used all my silver to level up what I had here, and I still missed the 16 mark there. But I start with the gloves. So with this guy, since I know I only need 70% crit rate on the guy, I'm going to do a crit damage glove. Now this crit damage, most of the time you want to keep crit damage gloves that have crit rate under it. But again, he doesn't need a lot of crit rate. So it's going to make your job easier if you have crit damage glove, crit rate underneath. But this guy, I got these substats because this was the best Relentless crit damage I had. So first you want to filter. Go to your gloves, do crit damage, and then just see what best crit damage set you have. Again, I wanted to go with either the plus attack, don't really need the plus crit, not really a good stun guy, he has no AoEs. The Savage, like I said, don't really need the ignore damage, so either Relentless, I can either heal myself up, or if I had an attack glove, I would use the attack percentage gloves. So that's what I'm looking for. So what I saw was this under this. Now I'm going to choose which one's better. This one's a 5-star, this one's a 6-star. So automatically I'm like, alright, this one gives me more crit damage. Let's go with this one. So boom, I picked this glove. That's my first choice. Now second choice is you want to go with the attack chest piece. So you want to go to filter, chest piece. And again, with this guy, he might be used in dungeons, but then you're going to need a reser because he's an attack-based champion. But I'm going to go with attack on my chest piece, and I gotta decide which one's better. Either my crit damage set which it was. That was my only attack crit damage chest piece, or my Relentless. So my Relentless has HP, which I rolled HP, which kind of stinks, or crit rate. This chest piece is 16 crit rate, so that already helps me boost it up with a 50% attack already. I think I took this off another champion, so you could just do the equipped slot and see who has what, and if you're not going to use it on that champion anymore, switch it, and boom, there you go. So there you go. I got 1 in Relentless, 1 in crit damage. Now I need to find my second crit damage piece, whether it be my attack, helmet, the shield, or the boots. I looked at all my sets, and I went like this. I went the ones that I don't have yet, and then I unclicked this, and I was looking at, get rid of attack, I was looking at what pieces were the best for my crit damage sets, as well as my Relentless set. So I kind of open up these 2 tabs, and then I go, alright, which one do I need? Which one's the best crit damage? So I'll go to like boots. This one's a speed boot. This one's a speed boot. Crit rate, so that gives me almost 20% extra crit rate there. So I'm now competing against the crit rate. Who's going to have better crit rate? Speed, this has 5 crit rate, and this has 6 crit rate. So there you go. This one won the slot. So now I know that this and this makes my set. So now that's an extra 20% crit damage on top of that. And then I need these 3 slots. So I'm going to make sure that I have 4 Relentless pieces in this slot. And if all of these pieces are good enough to get me my 70%, we're all good to go. You don't have to equip it until you actually add it all up. So let's say I equipped these 3 and equated to like 20% there, 16% there, and no percent there. Let's say I had, I don't know, 50%, right? So 50% crit rate, I need an extra 20%. So these 3 up top need to equate to 20% crit rate. So you can either get it in one of your slots or 2 of your slots. So no crit rate and crit rate. So there you go. I had 12 crit rate, or 13 crit rate there, and 6 crit rate there. So that's 19 right there. So there's your 20%. Now, you always have to remember that if this guy doesn't have any masteries, you're going to have an extra 5 crit rate and 10 crit damage there. And obviously, if you're going to go down the crit damage slot down there, but the extra 5% crit rate, remember that, because if you go 75%, now you're 5% over for no apparent reason. For this guy, you know? Same thing with 100%. The neck piece, I'm always going to go crit damage on most of my damage dealers. Attack ring, which doesn't have any crit rate, and then this doesn't have any crit rate either, so you need it in these artifacts. Can't get it down here. You can get speed down here, and you can get crit damage down here, and like accuracy and all the random stuff, but not crit rate. So this is what the best spot was, which crit rate, and then I want as much crit damage as I can. A little bit of attack up there, speed, accuracy, crit rate, crit damage. So this is an awesome shield. So with everything, this is what we got to. We got to 69% crit rate. We got to 176 crit damage, 146 accuracy, and 152 speed. My speed's going to go up because I'm going to get a banner, which I think was plus 13 speed on my banners. And then this is going to get an extra 10 speed right there. So that's an extra 26 speed that I'm adding to my speed slot. Plus when he gets up to 60, it adds an extra 5 speed right there. So it just keeps adding up. But I know that my crit rate and my crit damage is good to go now. So once this guy gets to 60, all these are just going to add on to the bonuses. And now this guy is basically set to go for 60. All this will be raised because all these stats will be a lot higher. I calculated that if we do 176 plus 10 for the masteries, that's 186, plus another 20 for the masteries at the bottom, that's 206, plus an extra 40 right here. So that's 246 crit rate, or crit damage that I can get on this guy. So basically he'll be at 100% crit rate and then 246 crit damage. So I think that's pretty good starting out with this guy. So we'll level him up to 60 soon. We'll make a video on him, and then we'll see how the gearing phases works on this guy. So guys, if this helped you out, make sure that this is kind of how you're gearing the guys every single time. Make sure you're not wasting silver. But if you want, check out my video on Raid Bro. It goes over like kind of making your own stats on the gear that you have, so that way you don't have to waste gear by changing flip-flopping between each guys. I'll link that in the video as well. But guys, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe at the bottom, and then there's gonna be a lot more videos coming soon. So I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you in another video soon.